Blood on the mat, sweat on my skin. I've been fighting for a win, don't need no gimmick. When the lights go down and the crowd starts to roar, I'm coming for the belt, man, I'm coming for more. The struggle's real, but the hustle's heavy. This ain't a game, it's a fight for the ready. We fight through the noise, breaking down walls. Every time we fall, we rise, stand tall. They talking, they hating, but we keep moving. Ain't no stopping the crowd, we choose it. Through the blood, through the pain, we living for the glory. Through the hurt and the shame, we fight through the noise, can't hear a thing. We making our moves, we own everything. Wrestling through pain, breaking all chains. This is our world, and we taking the reins. Rise up from the ashes, rise from the dirt. From the first bell ring to the final hurt, we fight through the noise, we won't be ignored. This is our story, we're taking the floor. Through the ropes, through the climb, we don't quit. Ain't no fear when you're fighting with grit. Body slam, then we stand, take the blow. A real champ knows when it's time to grow. Tearing up the ring, tear up the doubt.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes.
Mike, Joe.
Yep.
Joe, Mike. I believe Mike Jones and the Moose have abandoned us.
Those bastards.
I believe we've been abandoned.
Well, I do believe that Moose has now discovered a streaming channel that only shows Cinemax movies. So I think he's done. He's got a lot of catching up to do. You know, decades worth.
So I'll start with my announcement.
Oh.
Obviously, I have a lot of belts coming this week, this month, next month, and I've got the final count now in my head.
Sure you do.
Until next year.
And so I have decided a couple of things. Right now, I have every WWE shop Winged Eagle hanging up on the wall, plus a shop, the original shop, UK re-leathered. Those are all going into storage. But what else is going into storage? Every gimmick belt, every Cena spinner except the WrestleMania, the WrestleMania 41 belts, the extra, you know, the all that's storage. And I'm going to leave my on display belts to be belts that actually existed in professional wrestling. Now, caveats to this would be gimmick belts that I created myself, like the He-Man belt that's coming, or the one main event belts made of Demolition and Savage, or, you know, my Carmine belt, my Trump belt that leather made. But I've decided with the limited space I have, I only got room to do about 70 or 80 belts on display.
Only.
So it's going to need about 30 or 40 are going to have to be in storage.
To think about that. You're talking over 120 belts.
What if you like open up like a pop-up store and you could have like kids come in and play with the belts, you know, take pictures with it?
So like I got the Saudi Arabia, all the Saudi Arabia belts, put in Saudi Arabia spinners. So they'll go into storage. They'll stay in their bags. The only ones I'm debating is, do I put all the WrestleMania Golds and the Snoop Dogg in storage? Or do I leave those out? I'm debating that. But this gives me a chance to display belts that actually exist. Right? So it also means that I'll probably buy less gimmick belts. Now, I've said a million times on this show, I'm buying whatever the Cenas are in Survivor Series and Australia and his last match. They're going right into storage. These are just, you know, the gimmick belts are investment pieces. They're for posterity. They're for whatever. And then someday, you know, when I decide to buy a house, I'll make a couple rooms of belts, right? But for right now, I feel very excited about this. I feel very excited about this decision. It is not. A lot of the autograph belts I have a Hogan autograph. I have the Street Profits autographs. I have the Odell Beckham Jr. autograph belts. So those will go into storage.
120 belts.
Give or take.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Like, what if you had like a heart? You were a nice guy. and just gave some of those belts away, like maybe like 30 or 40. You know?
I've given a lot away. I've given dozens away.
I could actually vouch for that. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
partners.
I've given dozens of belts away. But I want the house to look at least my bedroom.
Just hope you don't lose any in a fire. Just,
God forbid.
Look out for that freaking hand sanitizer. Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, I'm looking at my Rocky autograph, like my Stallone and Mr. T and Dolph Lundgren and my Hogan Thunder Lips autograph belt. You never know.
I'm going to answer this quick. Spirit Halloween, sir.
Yeah. The only guy I know that starts celebrating Halloween in August.
Halloween Ends is on tonight. I was watching Halloween
It's
2018 the other day.
August.
It's almost September.
You know what I watched the last 2 nights? Maniac Cop and Maniac Cop 2. There we go. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to start watching Christmas cartoons. Fuck it.
Go ahead. We don't care.
You should.
It's August. You're rushing it. All right, now. I'm really excited about this because it's a total game changer for me.
Oh, wait. I want to talk to Tim just 1 second before you do anything. So just so you're aware, not only does it look good, but it also lights up as well.
Now, Mike and I, we have a very different perspective on Halloween. Now, I'll get to that in just a second, though, but I'm just, you know what? The funny is that the jack-o'-lantern looks better than you. I'm very excited about this decision. It's like an adult decision that I made because I could have loaded up my room now with more belts because I got rid of them. So what's going to happen is, like, in my bedroom will be the best stuff. So, like, the classic shields will be in here. The bedroom and living room have the best stuff. So my front lines, my C4 Chrome Rhine, and my classic shields Chrome Rhine are out in the living room.
Where are you going to put the new Mona Lisa?
Shields here, and then these will all be like these 2 rows will be like all Reggie's and American made stuff.
He's like, my living room and the bedroom's gonna have the best stuff. My kitchen and my dining room's gonna have the not so much stuff, but
the attic will have the sea level stuff, and then outside on the outside fence, I'm gonna put the 120 pounds, folks.
The Reggie's and the red leathers and the Millikins and whatever, they're going to be in here.
The elitist son of
and
a
the
bitch.
classic shields, they'll be in here.
you know how people like hang them on their wall? Why don't you hang them like outside on your outside of your window?
Yeah, they won't get stolen that way. So anyway, I'm just really excited about that. Now, me and Mike, we have a very different perspective on Halloween. Mike gets a jack-o'-lantern like that. I get a plush Snoopy pumpkin.
I didn't say I wasn't getting the Snoopy plush pumpkin either.
Where he pops up and it sings a little song. Or Mike actually found them for me.
Yeah.
So when you go to my house for Halloween, it's all I got the Frankenberry boxes up and the Count Chocula and the action figures of those guys, and I got the Charlie Brown Halloween all over the place, action figures and like Bradford Exchange and Danbury Mint and all that stuff, and Hallmark Store. And then I got the what do we call those, Mike? The little guys, the costumes.
Oh, the Ben Cooper figures.
The Ben Cooper figures. Yep. So my like Halloween thing is very little kid cartoony. Like all my stuff, all my decorations for Christmas, everything. It's all very like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman, right? So it's all very cartoonish, and I like to get into a zone mentally where I'm like a little kid again, you know. And I do the same for Halloween. And I'm buying some more Thanksgiving like decorations. There's not much for Thanksgiving out there, guys.
There's 2 things that I'll be putting up for Thanksgiving: the gobbledygooker with the egg.
Yeah, I have that.
And I will also be putting up the killer from Thanksgiving, the movie.
Yeah. Dude, you are obsessed with murder. You and my girlfriend.
I like horror movies. Like I say, I grew up.
My girlfriend get along great. My girlfriend has never met a murder documentary on Netflix that she did not want to watch.
Well, see, I don't watch them, but I grew up in the 80s, man. That was the prime
So did I.
horror movies. Yes, but you were kept in a closet. See, I wasn't. So I went to go see these things.
I don't understand. I never understood why people want to be scared.
But that's the thing. Well, it didn't scare me after a certain point. It didn't scare me. It was just like going to see it. It was a thing to do. You know, they were huge.
But I believe we have some stuff to talk about.
I gotta find it. So, like when I was at Costco the other day, almost bought a Halloween big decoration for the front yard.
Nice.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, I forget what it was. The wife wanted it.
Oh, my friend Joe got me this giant Snoopy dog house that I had last year. Halloween Snoopy.
Hold on.
A lot of Snoopy stuff in my house.
See, I don't decorate the outside anymore, really, because I'll be honest with you, I don't let kids in for trick or treating anymore, and that's because
Well, they don't come by anymore, bro.
Exactly. I'm not going to waste the money. You know, the last time I did it was back in 2021, and I spent probably over $100, maybe $120 or so on candy. I had over 60 bags somewhere in there here, and not a single trick or treater came to my house.
Now, is Candy a woman?
Yeah, I had 120 of them. Yeah.
You spent $120 on candy.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, that's the going rate, right? So,
Oh boy.
you know, especially in these
So
tough times.
here it is. Here's what I have for Halloween on
boy.
my door.
Mars
Come on.
Attacks.
Hold on. Why Mars Attacks?
Because it's a funny movie.
Never saw it.
Dude.
I like that Winged Eagle poster you have. I have a big blanket of that I'm getting rid of.
And the best Rumble ever.
Yes, that was the best Rumble ever.
92, absolutely.
Oh, there's even a question about that.
Now, it wasn't just the Rumble match itself. You had Piper winning his first title against the Mountie. As they would say, Jim Ross would say, a slobber knocker between the Natural Disasters and LOD.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really only one bad match on that card, and that was the Bushwhackers against the Beverly Brothers.
Now, we're going to talk about Antonio Mendoza during this podcast, but since we bring up Royal Rumble 92,
Yeah.
I think it's important to note that you can watch Royal Rumble 92 right now today on Peacock if you want to see it. And I want you guys to know that nobody is happier about the move to ESPN than Mike Two Shakes Hollenshack. I mean, I've never heard a guy complain less about something. He barely mentions it. It's like pulling teeth to get him to talk about it.
What Carmine won't tell you is that he was just as pissed as I was until he found out that he's probably going to get the ESPN thing next month with his streamer.
I was not as pissed as you were.
No,
What I said was, oh, then I guess I won't watch any current WWE, and that was the end of it because I don't give a fuck about it.
So it's okay. So it's time for a Mikey rant. Fuck them and fuck TKO. So here's the thing. Two things. There's two specific reasons. Two specific reasons that I actually got pissed about this. Because initially I didn't really care either. But then when I started to see some of the details, I was like, this is bullshit. Okay, number one, the whole thing about the Peacock situation. So the deal with ESPN for WWE premium live events was actually not supposed to go into effect until like next year. I had heard March or April, not sure what, but definitely next year. So you figure, well, we still had the Clash in Paris, we still had the September, whatever September's was, which now we know, but at the time we didn't know what it was. We had October's, we had Survivor Series, we had Royal Rumble, we had probably Elimination Chamber. And I was like, okay, so we got some time here with these to watch and to decide again if you want to do or do not go with the ESPN thing. Then all of a sudden, 2 days later, they're like, no, we're pulling all the premium live events starting in September from Peacock. Now you have to go buy the ESPN thing. And I'm like, what the, that was a bit of a kick in the balls. That aggravated me. And the one that really got me was this. Now, there was plenty of talk about how this was going to go about. And a lot of people were saying, including people involved in the situation, people from WWE, people from ESPN, were saying that if you get ESPN through your cable or internet provider, you get this. You're good. You're good to go. Ready to go. Okay. So when the day came, and I was going to wait a few days because I was like, I'm in no freaking hurry, right? But then Carmine was saying how he logged in stuff, and I thought to myself, if I get busier, I won't, I'll forget about it. I won't get time. So I figured, all right, well, I got the time now. I'm gonna go sign up. So I did. So I had to sign up through my cable provider, which I did. Then I had to sign up through my Disney Plus account as well, which I did. Because if you don't have like an account with your ESPN or Hulu or Disney Plus, you have to create one anyway. So logged in all that stuff, went on there. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the whole thing. First thing I tried was some show. I forget what it was called. Like the somebody show, they have their name, somebody show. So I click that says it's live. I click it on, working. Okay, fine. Then I go up to just try another one. And again, I didn't really care. I was just trying to make sure it works. The PGA Tour live or whatever. Click that on. I get a little thing comes up on the side of my screen and stuff. To access this, click here or click next or whatever. So I did. Now that says I have to buy a plan to watch this. And I guess, of course, the plan is $29.99 a month. And I'm looking, I'm like, well, maybe this is a mistake. And I heard some people say maybe it was a glitch. So then I waited the next day. I tried the same thing. And then I quickly realized, and then we found out the truth. Okay, so not every cable or internet provider has the package for the new ESPN streaming service. Only a few do. And if you don't have a provider that has it, you then have to pay the $29.99 a month. So at that point, that's when I kind of got enraged because I'm like, number one, you lie to our faces. Number two, so you expect me to pay my cable company for the package that includes the ESPN channels I have. So that's a payment of itself. And then on top of that, also pay another $30 per month to be able to access the stuff. Fuck you. Fuck you. And for the last time, fuck you. I am not doing that. And I refuse. So I think I had legitimate gripes. And as a lot of people were in the same boat as me. A lot of people were pissed off about the Peacock situation.
You guys run a boat?
Yes. Yes, it was a small one, so there was no room for you. So a lot of people were pissed off about the Peacock situation because again, we were told it was going to be for many more months, and they just pulled that rug out from everybody. And then the other thing again, telling people that if you have ESPN3 or provider, you'll get this. Oh, you'll get it, but you won't be able to watch 3/4 to 80% of the stuff on it. So unless you pay that extra $30 a month, so go to hell. I'm done.
What are you trying to say, Mike?
I think I'm saying go to hell.
So, in other words, if you have Hulu plus Live TV, DirecTV Stream, Fubo TV, and Spectrum, you get it.
And Fios.
And Fios. Now, I have YouTube TV. It is not on there just yet. They're working out some kinks. Hopefully, it will happen, and whenever it does. But
so, for Fios customers, I'm a Fios customer. Fios customers, we will be able to sign up on August 28th.
Nice.
For the unlimited plan.
So, I have ESPN Plus. Now, to get unlimited, I had to just upgrade for $5 more. I didn't mind it, so I did that. So,
how much was it?
It was like $5 more from ESPN Plus.
And you see, that's not a huge upgrade as far as price goes and stuff. But people who are paying Peacock for again $14.99 or whatever or so per month now have to jump up to $30.
Yeah, unless you have like those streaming services.
Yeah, but again, it's only select streaming services.
Yeah, I mean everything's going streaming. Everything's changing. Like I didn't want to get rid of like actual cable. I was like, but then I went to streaming, finally did it, and I never looked back. But
I had warned people, and Mike and I warned for years. I said, you guys are cut the cord. I said, this is going to cost you more money. Because now every channel is going to want you to pay them directly.
Well, I mean, think about this. We had WWE Network for however long, like almost a decade, $9.99 a month. Then it went up a little bit, whatever. Then you had Peacock. Again, everything WWE in one place. for I think like around $15 or something now for the ad-free plan.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to watch everything WWE, you have to get this ESPN plan for potentially $30. You have to get Netflix, which is around $20 now or so a month, and then you also have to get again Peacock, which is around $15 a month. So you're talking like over almost $65 a month now.
Now, yeah, depending on what they do with the library on Peacock, I may cancel my Peacock. Like, I just gotta see. Like, now with the ESPN Unlimited, there is like NFL. Like, I heard Red Zone is gonna be on there, so you get
So you're saying right now you're going to be done with the cock.
Oh yeah, I'll throw the cock out.
And that's another thing too. I forgot about Red Zone. We have been paying for Red Zone as part of our cable package since it started. Really since the first weekend where it was free. It was a free trial for everybody to see. Like the next weekend, we were like, yeah, we want this. So
I got to say that to
do
Robert.
do I lose that too? I guess without the ESPN package.
Why is ESPN going to have Red Zone now?
Yeah,
They made a deal for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so then you're going to have ESPN for Red Zone.
it's gonna be I think under the Unlimited.
Yeah. So Denise says, way too expensive to watch wrestling. Pure greed. Well, listen, I don't want to shake everybody's tree here, but corporations exist for one purpose. Does anybody know what that purpose is?
Money.
To make money, and to make money for their shareholders, especially publicly traded corporations. So when I hear people say, oh, it's a money grab, of course it's a money grab. It's a business. Your supermarket is a money grab. You know what I'm saying? That tea that Joe Vuitton's is drinking right now, it's a money grab.
And I understand that 100% completely, but as a consumer, I also have the right to spend my money on whatever.
What brand is that?
I feel like.
Pure Leaf.
I love that.
It's amazing.
And at this point, I am not going to spend my money on ESPN because I do not like the way this all went down.
Now, I did speak to the people in charge of the ESPN app, and they are very concerned about Mike Holinchek not signing up.
They should
asked him to reach out to him. They're afraid the whole thing's going to go kaput.
Hey, listen, we took down what do you call it? Well, we took down the Reggie Parks Legacy Collection stuff.
We picked up Cracker Barrel, man.
You never know.
You know what's funny? So like, when I go on my ESPN Plus, and I'm trying to figure out the Unlimited, like how to get to it, to see, to upgrade the package, update the plan, basically. So couldn't find it, and it says, ask support. So I'm like, all right, it's a text message.
Yeah.
How do I upgrade from ESPN Plus to Unlimited? Or if I do have ESPN Plus, do I get Unlimited? It was the same freaking answer. Just an automated response. I said, screw this. As soon as I went into Disney Plus, boom, that's when it popped up. Upgrade to ESPN Unlimited. I was like, man.
There you go. Now, other big news. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged.
Yes, Tay-Tay.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Are you going to buy the commemorative Fanatics belt when they put it out?
Of course.
I figure as much.
A White House correspondent for CBS, was at the White House today.
Yeah.
And while she's reporting on the President of the United States, she screams, Taylor Swift is engaged. Come back to me. She just posted, oh my God, oh, it's huge. The ring is ginormous. This is so exciting. This is a professional. I just can't.
Why are people so nuts about her? I don't get it. I mean, it's just another pop star.
Just any celebrity. Why do she's getting engaged? What the does that have to do with you?
Good for them.
Well, we know what the halftime Super Bowl will be this year. Halftime show.
Everybody's predicting that already.
It'll be like Macho Man Elizabeth in Madison Square Garden. Same thing.
Match made in heaven. They're gonna play that song.
What was that song?
Yeah.
I looked into your eyes.
Together,
Real
it's you and me forever.
Well, let me ask you this question, right? If you're Taylor Swift, isn't your wedding song one of your songs? I mean, don't you just write your wedding song? Listen, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. I have no issue with Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey, or their love. What I have an issue with is these grown ass people. These are grown. That is a White House correspondent, okay? A White House correspondent
Mhm.
reporting on the President of the United States. And she interrupts her report to talk about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a breaker. I mean, I cared so much that I got up and took a piss, and then I came back to work. So that's it. Really changed my day.
Tay Tay has that power. Carmen.
You know what's hilarious is if you look at um, Kelsey's previous girlfriends before Taylor Swift.
Mhm.
She's like a complete freaking 180 from what he normally goes for. He had a type. I guess that's over with now.
His type now is billionaire.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Until they get divorced and something happens, the engagement gets called off, and she makes a song about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth and out. I should call it fourth and out.
Not a touchdown.
But I mean, good for them. What happened?
No, just naming songs.
He's not paying attention.
No, I hear you.
What would we
Listen,
say?
it's a love story. You know, she said yes.
Mm-hmm. Golden Girls were the worst show.
What?
What did he say? You're paying
Can't hear him.
What do you mean you can't hear him? Everybody heard him. I heard him clear as day.
Yeah. Way to go, Dorothy.
Dorothy.
You're getting as bad as people from Pittsburgh fantasy booking Royal Rumble matches. What the hell is wrong with you?
That reminds me, Mike. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. What?
We
I
do.
think I know what this is.
We do have a sponsor.
Yes, brand new sponsor for the show.
We have a brand new sponsor. I have to get the picture.
Here we go.
But we're gonna get into Antonio Mendoza's situation.
I like the no nap, no fap sponsor. That's cool.
Yes. Well, there's gonna be a lot of sponsors, but no nap, no fat. But yeah, no, there's so Antonio Mendoza was called a scammer, and I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that.
It was a level 3 threat.
Oh my god, what a fucking goof that guy is. What a goof. Guido is the biggest goof in goof history. In the history of goofdom. That guy is a huge goof. But yeah, he's like he has issues with because there was what was it? He was late on some stuff. I was like, the guy's father was in the hospital. And you know what? I never understood that he actually guaranteed a specific time frame. Right? Like he gives you an idea, but real life happens. Nobody that's re-leathering or restoning, this is not their full-time job. Like they have jobs and lives. And I think people have to relax a little bit and give some leeway. And I can tell you from experience, because a couple of mine took longer than they were supposed to take from Mendoza. And, I could just tell you that he was in touch with me the whole time. Yeah. So
I only had one re-leather from him. It took about maybe 3 weeks. Now, I'm not saying he's a scammer. I think he's far from that. Did he probably get backed up? I would say, yeah, possibly.
Like constipated?
Yeah. And leather jobs, yes. But here's the thing. We say this like, it's kind of like a business. If you're doing real leather, it's a side job, but also
Yeah,
if something's
it's not
going
like-
on your personal, I
but
would
he-
let the customers know.
but he does. That's
Okay,
the thing.
okay. That's okay. Okay. That's what I was going to say. If he did that, then that's fine. It'd be like, hey, listen, I have some personal things going on. It's going to take longer than expected to complete your belt. If you don't want to wait.
Right there, Joe.
Huh?
Did I interrupt right there? I want you to finish your thought, but first I want to point out we are sponsored tonight by a new cologne, Martello for Men. Martello for Men. It smells like sweat and shame.
Oh, God.
Sweat, shame, and French fries. You can pick this up at your local Giant Eagle. If you have a Giant Eagle in your area, Martello for Men. There you go.
So,
Complete
what I was
with
gonna
corn
say.
couch.
Right through that picture, you can smell the cheese coming out of a trash can in the middle of an arena during a spot with Sting. I'll tell you, yeah.
so
And
like
if
I said,
you don't find humor in that, fight me.
I don't. Antonio's not a scammer. Now, were there some people saying like, "Hey, where's my belt?" Yes, But like I said, like you said, if you've been messaging people like saying like, "Hey, I got some personal stuff going on," cool. But like if you say like, "Hey, I got some personal stuff going on. It's gonna take longer than expected. If you don't want to wait, I could refund you." And if he did that, cool. Then there's nothing to. Now the one I will say
I
this:
don't know if he offered refunds, but he let me know that it was
Yeah.
going to be longer.
the person that did this, that went to Guido about this, that guy has a sketchy past as well, because he also shipped a belt that was not fully protected.
Oh,
Yes. But let me say this. If somebody messages me and
but
says,
also
hey,
he's reporting him after the fact, after he got his belt.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but let me say this. If someone messages me and say, hey, I run this scammers page, I'm doing an investigation, I'm sorry, I would laugh at you.
there's a 0% chance I'm responding to you.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
run a freaking belt hobby scammers page. I'm sorry.
This guy thinks he's the Columbo of the belt hobby. And when I find out, listen, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I can look at the guy and tell you this. This guy is nobody in real life. In the real world, he's nobody. And so this gives him some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some feeling of being somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I run the scammers page, and I love when he says he's the boss. I'm the boss of this group. Boss of what? Let me see your tax statements for your fucking Facebook belt group. You're the boss. I know, Bay.
I mean, listen, like, I'm an admin of Scammers of the Belt. I'm just saying, like, if someone's going to put their stuff on there, I just say, listen, man, just provide proof. That's all you got to do.
Well, yeah.
I just play devil's advocate here and ask, are you not bitter, Carmine, because don't you yourself have a case number against you? I'm correct.
I guess.
Yes, there was a case number.
Yeah, because I knew Eddie.
Yep. I knew Eddie too. Where's my case number? Even though,
It's just, listen, nobody gives a shit what's said in Guido's page. Nobody cares. I have dealt with other leather makers and other restoners, and stuff happens. And things
I just like the level 3 threat level. Like, what?
I don't even know what that means.
yeah, level. What's the highest level? 5, 1. Which way does it go? I don't even know.
Yeah, which way does it go? Is it like how DEF CON works when you get to 1 or you get to 5? Like, like how does it work?
If you're going to run a Scammers page, cool, but don't make it look like a freaking FBI investigation.
So stupid. What's the file and the bullshit file number? Like, you're going to call him and be like, yes, it's file number, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I have information pertaining to file number 7129947. Yes, we are.
I bet you any money he has a file cabinet and he prints these out and he puts them under. Like,
that would be hilarious, bro.
I would. I
So
request.
many people give this fucking goof. He's a goof.
No, I request a case number for myself right now. 867-5309. I would like to be.
Yes. Too many people, as Vinny says, too many people give this goof credibility and legitimacy. He's not legitimate. He's a jerk off.
From what I've seen, he buys belts from makers I've never heard of. Review it. He doesn't even use he uses like a freaking ruler to check the millimeters and stuff. And he'll be like, oh, this plate was supposed to be 10 inches wide. It's only 9 and 3/16 or, whatever, But then he asked PayPal for money back from this maker because it's not up.
God.
Oh, wow.
I've seen that before. So.
Wow.
We know somebody like that, don't we, Mike?
So he himself is a scammer.
Yeah, that's a scam. That's a scam.
Interesting. The person we know was a little bit different. The person we knew would get the belts and then say there was something wrong with them, get the maker to make them a new belt, and then sell the belt that they had for what they paid for in the first place.
Ooh.
It would not give the maker that new money. So in essence, they were getting a free belt.
And I'm not going to say who the guy is, but I will say that he did that, and he didn't really care about it.
No. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I bought a couple belts off this guy when he was selling them because I didn't know any of this shit. I was like, okay, he's selling a belt for cheap. Fuck, I'm going to take it. Sure.
I'll say that he did that, and he's not ashamed.
And he did tell me he was selling it because he didn't like the belts that he got, and the maker was making him a new one. I had no idea that he was taking that money.
I think I know who you're.
Yeah.
I think the same person. I don't know for sure.
Not to be confused with the owner of Andy's Candies.
I think the same person got a the SmackDown tag belt that is currently on TV right now from a maker.
Which is a stupid
Instead
idea.
of buying it from shop, and it turned out bad.
Of course,
it's
it
a
did.
lesson. Buy the belt from shop. If it's currently on WWE TV,
Correct, O'Keefe.
buy it from shop.
Now, I will say that the strap on the current SmackDown reeks. So get it and get it re-leathered. But yes, if it's currently on TV, buy it from the shop. If you can get it from the shop, buy it from the shop. That's a rule of thumb.
Yeah. Don't get it from a maker and be like, oh, this is not up to par. No shit, Sherlock.
It was never going to be up to par.
Well, I mean, again, the quality of shop belts have improved so much over just the last 3 or 4 years that there's no reason not to get a shop belt if you can.
Yeah. Mike, I am surprised. I sit here before you today, shocked. I'll say this. I'm not saying that this guy's a scammer per se, but he's been known to, screw over a maker or two using this whole, this is a 1/4 of a centimeter off in this direction. It really should be a little closer, the side plate to the main plate. It doesn't make him an age child or something. I'm just saying that it's not the right thing to do.
Well, my thing is this: if you're getting the maker, if you don't like whatever reason, you don't like the belt, and it could be the most stupidest, shittiest reason ever, but that's kind of what happened. But if you're getting the maker to make you a brand new belt, and you're selling that one you currently have,
Then you should reimburse the maker.
Then you should be sending that money to the maker for the new belts, not pocketing it and just saying, I still want the belt. And then when the maker ships you the new belt, because he feels kind of like he has to before he gets paid because of all the situation, you just don't pay him.
And using the fact that you have a belt group that has thousands of people in it,
and that's the
like
thing.
muscle the guy.
Because you see people, we've all seen these people. Well, if you don't do this, I have this belt page. I have this podcast. I have this.
It's Andy Bolger. It's Andy Bolger. We're talking about Andy Bolger.
I'm just saying, people do that. We've seen it plenty of times. People will use a group or a podcast to try to scam.
It's like the worst kept secret in the hobby. I'm not breaking news here. Behind the scenes, everybody talks about Andy fucking hoses makers. He gets a belt Then he has a problem with the belt, gets a free belt, and sells the one he has. He's been doing it for years, and he strong arms them with the size of his group. And he's like, like 3 people talk in his group. But he'll strong arm you with the size of his group. I'll out you in a sense. The makers get scared, and they'll say, Andy will say, well, which maker? Name the maker. Right? You can't name the maker because the makers beg you to not say anything because they're fucking terrified. And it's just a fucked up thing to do. It's a fucked up thing to do.
May still be blocked by him, but I don't know.
I blocked him. But if you're really angry about this, whatever with your belt, and you want the maker to make you a new one, have him make you the new one. You're selling the one you got. Send the maker the money for the one you sold.
Mm-hmm.
But you're asking. You're not buying Classic Shields or Alianis or HD, right? You're going to the low end $200 makers, and you're demanding perfection.
Yeah.
You can't fucking do it. It's like going to Payless when Payless was open and saying, "Yeah, I want these shoes to be as good as Timberlands."
Or don't ask a maker for an update 2 days later.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this: there is no actual proof of this, just the makers saying it, and
a lot of makers saying it,
and people involved behind the scenes saying it. There's no actual like smoking gun piece of paper.
No, you're not going to ever get a smoking gun on something like that, but there's an overwhelming preponderance of circumstantial evidence.
I've heard about this from a prominent maker about this person. I will say that.
I've heard from more than one maker. We all have. Like, he's got a reputation. So it is what it is. But I'm tired. Like, I'm dancing around saying the name. Why?
Yeah, I think well, I was blocked by him. I don't know if I still am because of a situation with a relative, whatever. I don't want to get into it.
I honestly just
like that. He'll get mad at you for some shit. Never tell you why he's mad at you.
I don't give a shit. I can care less.
Like,
I also just assumed you were trying to keep peace with that group of.
No. Both him and his whatever relative, be gone. Good
No,
riddance.
I don't mean that. I mean specific podcast.
I don't have no issues.
No.
But like, I'm just gonna.
I don't have an issue with the podcast. I don't have an issue with the people on the podcast. But I'm just pointing out something that's legitimately talked about in the hobby, and he's gotten a pass on it for years, and it's bullshit. It's honestly bullshit. If it was anybody else, if it was us, they'd be talking about it on some other podcast.
Bro, we were ostracized for stuff that Eddie Williams did that we didn't even know was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just
correct.
Just because we spoke.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
that's what I was. Thank you, Vinny.
Yeah,
Vinny knows.
Yeah, these guys try to use their belt groups as muscle, and some guys have like 300 people in their belt group, and they still try to use it as muscle. Mm-hmm. And the makers in Pakistan still get scared because this is their livelihood. It's how they feed their families. So to fucking threaten them is fucked up. It's fucked up. So, yeah, I'm sure he can go on he's got a podcast this week, right? And defend himself over the allegations or ignore it or whatever. It doesn't really make a difference to me. I said what I said because it's what I know. I believe it 100% because I've seen it for years. I've seen him do this for years. And it reeks of a scam. It reeks of a scam. Or you're so ignorant that you believe you can pay $200 for a belt and get museum quality work.
If you have issues with the belt you got from the maker, sell the belt and then use that money to pay for the new belt.
Correct.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because either way, you're just scamming the maker, basically.
Correct.
You can be saying like, "Hey, this is wrong," but it's not.
In essence, you're getting the belt for free.
You're getting the belt for free.
Yeah.
So it's fucked up. I think it's bullshit. And I think using your group to strong arm somebody in a third world country who's trying to put food on the table for their family is fucking bullshit.
Because think about it, you're buying a belt, $200, $250, whatever, like that. You're getting the belt, you don't like it, telling them to make you a new one. You're selling this flawed one for the price that you paid for it. Mm-hmm. So you're getting that money back, and then you're getting a brand new belt too.
Seen this happen plenty of times.
So you're getting
different people use the same method.
Yeah. I've never done that. I've never asked the maker to make me a free belt to replace. Now I've gotten free belts as a commission for selling belts for them, but that's an agreed upon deal. I tell you, here's what we're going to do. You agree to this? You agree to that deal? Then we agree with it. And I get that, O'Keefe, but what I'm trying to say to people is also set your expectations. If you're buying a belt from Classic Shields or Ali Honest or even a Zam or Nawaz or people like that, then you have a certain level of expectation. If you're buying it from Muhammad, Pachana or whatever, like that you never heard of for $200, you got to set a different level of expectation.
Well, what's interesting though is, if I remember correctly, these belts that were being bought at that time were from Ali and Us, but it was early. It was like when he was just starting out.
Yes, some of them were. Yes. Yeah, you have to look. Yeah, if it's egregious, it's egregious. And that's the thing, too. If you're looking at an egregious error, that's one thing. But, Andy, you know what I'm talking about. Like we talked about it. There was one instance where there was a side plate that he felt was about 1/4 of an inch not too far from the main plate on one side. And it's like, what? And you get a free belt over that? Like, come on, man.
Listen,
come on, man.
When I was into belt collecting, I only went to Nawazin's Classic Shields. When Classic Shields sent me my CS picture, my Intercontinental pictures, the logo plate, it wasn't etched all the way. So it was like right on the side was a small piece of gold missing, like a small little chunk.
Yeah.
And talking to them, he said, listen, we could redo the belt for you, but we wanted to let you know. And I said, listen, it's fine. It's barely noticeable. It's on the logo plate. It's on the right side of the logo plate. I'm fine with it. And plus what I paid for the belt, I wasn't going to complain. I'll say that. And when I sold the belt, I let the person know. The person is a prominent collector. I showed him. I'm like, listen. He goes, listen, man, that thing is barely noticeable. I'm not going to notice it. So it didn't bother him.
Well, there's this stuff that's like, I got a re-leather back today, and the main plate, I guess when he was re-leathering it, he got a scratch on part of the main plate. I didn't bother mentioning it to him. Like, I don't get this idea that a belt has to be museum quality perfect. I don't understand that.
I was just going to bring that up, bro. I've got shop belts that have come like with a nick here or marked there. I mean, it's no such thing as pristine, super freaking perfect, great as, absolutely.
I still got a mini belt. WWUS 5 player that Carmine sent me, the backing's peeling, man. Like, I'm like,
I hate that.
So upset that it's not peeling, I mean, that it's peeling, like,
I hate that. You got to glue it back on, but I tell them now to like seal the fucking thing so it doesn't do that. But a lot of American makers don't have to do that because they use strong glue, but in Pakistan they do not use strong glue. And but there's this thing in the hobby now, man, where it's like people want fucking perfection. Like perfection. Like they're hanging it in a museum. It's a fucking wrestling belt. Calm down.
Yep.
I got Reggie's back in the day with nicks in them. Brand new. I mean, and then what? If you get it in pristine condition, like you got to keep that motherfucker in pristine condition. That's a lot of work.
I remember, not my current one, but I now have my second $1 million title because the first one actually broke apart. But the first one I got, I remember I kept it again as pristine as you possibly could. I didn't take it out really. I didn't, I just stayed on the shelf. And one day I was up there and I started, cleaning my belts, and I got to that. I looked at big fucking scratch on the main plate. Where the hell did that come from? Things get scratches. I have no idea where the hell it came from.
No. But I don't care about stuff like that. Oh, there's a little scratch on your plate. Oh, there's a little paint missing. Like a professional wrestling belt gets used in a wrestling ring. They get knocked around. I don't know. I mean, when I get my Classic Shield stuff, it is pretty perfect. When I get my main event belt stuff, it's pretty perfect. But
I've had my CS for like 2.5 years, 2.5, 3 years. Like, I'm like, I thought
Correct.
about getting it re-leathered, but it's still in perfect. The leather's still perfect. But I'm like,
there's no need.
like there's no point. Like I'll just start doing it whenever it starts. Like it's just it's sitting in the display case. Like
I've actually had belt deals fall apart because if I've been selling one, they want to see pictures of everything, and you have to take, of course, every freaking thing, and show it to them, and it's like, oh, there's like on the winged eagle where the sunburst is, there's a little nick there on the corner and stuff, and I'm like
it's nuts.
I'm like, well, I've had the belt for 6 years. Things happen.
Exactly. The other thing they bitch about too is the especially on the custom straps like the Cenas or the WrestleManias, there's cracking. Motherfucker, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to enjoy it or what do you want to do with the belt? Like, I don't understand. Like this idea that this perfection thing. I don't understand it. Maybe to each their own, but there's certain people that I will not sell to in the hobby now.
I mean, I'm looking at my Figs Inc. WCW US3 plater right now, and it's like so beat up, but it's still like, I mean, it's 20 years old.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I got my Pancake Big Gold back from the Gathering, by the way.
It has character.
I sent my Pancake Big Gold to the Gathering, and I got added 3 more signatures. Great Muda.
Nice.
Great Muda, Ronnie Garvin, and Barry Windham. And I thought, this is a great opportunity because Ronnie Garvin is a hard one to get. He does not do a lot of signings.
Yeah.
So
now you still have to get the most important one on there, David Arquette.
So I'm gonna get David Arquette and Goldberg this fall.
I was gonna say Vinny found a Chase Muda the other day. Superstars.
And then I'm still looking to get DDP, Nash, and Jarrett, and who else, Mike?
You need Tsumi Fujinami. You need, yeah. Even though he sort of held it, but didn't held it, but he still technically held it. So yeah.
And
you got Bret Hart.
Got Bret Hart long ago.
Okay, you got to get Vader. Oh, never mind. Vader didn't hold that one.
No, he held it.
You got Sting. You can't get anybody that's dead. But I got Bret Hart, Scott Steiner, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Sting, Dusty Rhodes, Ricky Steamboat. Did I say Scott Steiner?
Macho Man would have been a good one.
Sid too. Unfortunately, can't get Sid.
Would have been good. Yeah. Rick Rude would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain guys you can't get. I don't know. I got a bunch of pictures. Remember when I thought I didn't have Ric Flair on it, and then I got the belt, and I'm like, oh shit, Ric Flair's on here.
Dude, you gotta see the video we posted on the PTM page of Vader jumping on a trampoline.
Really?
It's hilarious. He's just grunting.
Yeah.
So
I hate that though. I hate that the CNC lines. That's why I tell them I don't do CNC. There's too many. You can see the lines.
Do we want to discuss the situation that happened this past weekend in involving a wrestler and a UFC fighter?
Sure. Well, that guy should be in jail right now.
He's an MMA fighter. He only fought one time. He's the son of a UFC fighter, Rampage Jackson.
His record's 0-1, right? If I'm
correct.
Every day there's more twists and turns with this story. And it's just, here's the thing. I feel like there was a communication failure, but I also feel like this guy decided to just go off and try to prove his toughness.
Chris Jericho donated $2,500, but Mr. Beast donated $10,000. No, this guy, first of all, why hasn't he been arrested yet? Can somebody explain that to me?
I'll tell you this, there's so much stuff coming out. I watched the video backstage where whatever the dude's name is, he put he hit Raja Jackson in the head with a beer can.
Which was gimmicked.
Yeah, but he didn't know that Raja is not a worker, not a wrestler. And Raja and him got into it, and I guess they shook hands. But then I guess one of the Anawahis told Raja, go get your receipt.
which was idiotic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
but
the one wrestler, I don't know what his name is. He had like a cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
He was backstage telling him when you get in the ring, you get your receipt. When you get in the ring, you get your receipt. And he was also telling Raja that, that was wrong. As a wrestler, that was wrong for him to do that. That should never have happened. So like I'm like, wow,
They were gassing him up. They were gassing him up.
Well, but again, so I can't help but think to myself, is this guy partially responsible for this as well? Because he was pumping him up and telling him he should get his receipt and he shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not making any excuses for Raja, but I'm saying like he had people pumping him up and telling him he could go and do this, like sort of to some degree.
Yeah, but you give the guy even if he punched the guy once or he slammed him hard, dude, 20-something punches to a defenseless man.
Yeah.
He could have killed him.
Yeah, no, I'm not standing up for him at all. I'm not standing up for him at all what he did. I'm just saying like he had people egging him on too, which didn't help the situation at all.
Now WWE cut their WWE IDs with this promotion.
Yeah.
Mark Henry blamed the promotion for this.
And he blamed the wrestler.
Yes.
RVD stands with Raja too.
I mean, listen. I see faults on both sides here. I mean, like, it's like I blame Raja for like going too far, but I also blame the wrestler for this as well.
Okay, yeah, listen, I understand that, but the response was so extreme and ridiculous that it kind of negates. Because a receipt would have been you give him a hard chop or you slam him hard. That's a receipt.
Slam him and get out the ring.
Attempted murder is not a receipt.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. He hit Raja so hard apparently that Raja didn't even sit, like barely moved. Like he didn't even flinch. So yeah. He was not hurt or injured in any way.
I mean,
he almost murdered this man.
I mean, it feels like it's a matter of somebody.
Correct, Robinson. The leg takedown.
Somebody thinking their pride was injured or something. Whatever.
After the takedown, I think he just blacked out maybe, and he just went in for himself because he was doing the live stream, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not gonna be put out like this," and he just went in for himself.
He's gonna have to do time, bro.
Something's gonna happen. The wrestling company is going to be at fault as well, I believe.
Oh yeah,
and that's why WWE cut ties with them.
Yes,
immediately. Yep.
Now, Rikishi, does Rikishi own part of this company?
I think I know he's involved. Which is crazy because here's one thing: like Raja's dad is former UFC legend, champion fighter. Quentin Rampage Jackson, who also did some work in TNA as well. So I'm sure Raja thought like, oh, I could do this, but he went a little too far, like I said.
Oh, little. I think
I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, this kid took no responsibility, no remorse. When he heard the guy died, at this point, I thought the guy was dead. He said, my bad.
Yeah. But like I said, like the wrestlers were egging him up. Like they were just gaslighting him. Like, do this. You got to do this. You got to get this in. So in Raja's mind, he's just
indie wrestler bullshit.
Yeah, in Raja's mind, he's like, yo, I'm going to show this dude because he's trying to punk me and I'm not taking this. So it's just.
If I'm correct, that wrestler I was talking about before, and again, I can't remember his name, the one with the cowboy hat, I believe, put out a statement saying that, he didn't condone violence or he didn't, anyway, he didn't, bro, you're on camera telling him that when he gets out there, get his receipt, get his receipt. And what he did to you was wrong. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, did you think he was just going to like,
when it first happened, there was a lot of reports that it could have been a work and, but I mean, listen,
if Raja Davis's father isn't famous, he's arrested already. What is taking so long to arrest this guy?
But I will say this: you're blurring the lines. Like I don't condone what Raja Jackson did, but you know how when there's conventions in MJF, like he'll like when he threw like people's belts away, if that dude starts fighting MJF, okay, like just starts taking him down and just starts punching him, any person, that person would be arrested, or that would they blame MJF for that?
Yeah. No.
So like I think when I saw the video of the wrestler like hitting him with a beer can, and he's like, oh, he didn't know that he was not a worker or a wrestler. Like, did he do it just to be funny or try to be a hard ass? Don't know.
Well, they said it. They said like something about one of the explanations they gave was that, I mean, what was Psycho Stu? I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That he was working. He's always working. Like he was working. So I guess in his mind he thought he was setting up an angle for later on, for when they did whatever their spot was supposed to be in the ring.
But he could have went up to Raja and be like, listen, we're going to be doing a spot later. I heard we're going to be doing a spot. This is the beer can, blah, blah, that I'm going to hit you with. If you could feel it, it's not real. It's been tampered with, blah, 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 prop. Cool. But when he's just standing there and he just hits him with it, and he's like, dude, what the? So Raja, like, that's like, if someone walked up to you and just hit you with a beer can, your first thought is like, yo, we're going to fight. Throw it out.
Of course.
You're from the Jersey streets. You know this. So it's that mindset.
And I 100% get that. My issue, I'm not with you what you're saying, but the thing that gets me is that, but then they seem to squash it. I mean, you see them talking, shake hands.
Yeah.
He said, he basically says, it was his fault for doing it. He thought he knew, he thought he was working. So again, at that point, you think it's over.
But then you got the other people gaslighting him up.
I know.
You got to get that receipt. So now in his mind, he's like, yeah. And he's live streaming. So what do people do when they are live streaming? True. They want to get views. They want to get something.
Yeah. He got a lot of views. And
yes.
Fortunately for him, so did the authorities. So they were viewing it as well. Mm-hmm. It's just... like O'Keefe says here, to get a receipt would have been to give him the slam or whatever, and then boast to the crowd. And apparently, in and of itself may have been what actually knocked him loopy to begin with, because they said he hit the back of his head when he went down. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that wasn't even like a proper wrestling type slam.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't heard anything since about this guy getting arrested or anything. So
no, I mean,
none.
He's gonna get, I want to say,
I mean, it's assault. At the very least, it's assault.
And pepper.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, I read LAPD is investigating the incident.
The
guy's in the hospital, near dead.
Did you guys see what the guy said? The guy who was one of the guys who was in the ring trying to break it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he basically said he was trying to punch him, too. He punched him in the eye.
He has woken up. He's awake. He's talking. But there's a long road to recovery.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's broken facial bones, knocked out teeth. He basically, like they say, flatlined in the ring because he choked on his own blood. Like he just, I mean...
But imagine the owner telling an outsider, yo, get your receipt. Or the promoter telling him, go get your receipt on that dude. Like,
crazy.
Something's going to happen with that promotion. Like, it's not going to be good.
Well, they're going to get sued out of business, probably.
That's what I was going to say. They probably won't be around much longer. And considering Rikishi is one of the people who own that company, it's not going to go good for him.
WWE ID. Does WWE get sued over this?
Yeah. WWE definitely distanced themselves from Rikishi for a long time, I think, over this. Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, at the time, they were part of WWE ID.
They were, yeah. Maven said it best, because I saw him today. He's like, listen, the Psycho Stu definitely should have clued him in beforehand and stuff and everything stuff. He said, but not excusing what this guy, what Raja did, but he said, but when you have this guy backstage and he's aggravated and people talk about receipts and stuff, he said, if you're a responsible owner, you realize some shit's about to go down, and you say, you know what, whatever we had for tonight, it's off. It's off. You know, you're not coming out to the ring. You're done. It's over. You know,
Right.
And he didn't. They didn't.
It doesn't automatically make WWE culpable, Robinson. What I'm telling you is, good chance he sues WWE. Good chance they settle out of court so this doesn't drag out and give them bad publicity.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see WWE not even being involved at all, possibly, but maybe because they were under the WWE.
If you're the
ID
wrestler,
umbrella.
you don't sue WWE.
I mean, you
Absolutely
could.
sue WWE. Especially knowing the likely scenario is they're going to settle out of court.
Yeah, just because, like you said, they don't want that bad publicity.
They don't want this publicity hanging over them. So,
especially when you're trying to sell $30 ESPN deals to people every
and $70,000 tickets.
WWE's like, hey, we'll pay your hospital bills, give you $100,000. Here you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, we let's change subject, but we definitely got to talk about this before we're done today. Fucking $70,000 WrestleMania 42 tickets. What the absolute shit? That's more than a Super Bowl, isn't it?
Was it front row?
It
I
is.
don't know. Yeah, front
Was
row.
it both nights?
Yes, it's both nights.
Front row to the Super Bowl is gotta be more than that, right?
So it's the first 10. It's like the not what do they call it? Not the camera side, but the one you see from the hard cam. For the 10 seats in the middle, like the prime seats, I guess, are going for 2 nights. I think you have to buy both. I don't think you're allowed to buy just one night. Or $70,000 for both nights. The seats around it, immediately around it, are $50,000 for both nights. I said, these suckers are going to make over $1 million profit just on the front row.
When I went to SummerSlam last year, I paid $500 a ticket, so I paid $1,000 for me and my son.
Yeah, I think those days are probably over, bro.
Yeah, $70,000. I said a nose seat or a nosebleed, high up bleacher seat, like all the way in the top, is going to be at least $2,000. The way they're going.
When I went to SmackDown, it was $300 for me and the kid a couple of weeks ago.
2 years ago, my son and I went to SmackDown, and we were on the. I always forget what you call it, like the lower tier, like not the bleacher seats, but that go up, the lower tier there, and I think it was
mezzanine.
I think it was like around 350, 400 for each seat, and like Carmen said, those days are about to end. It seems like it's now going to be a high roller business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, $50,000 for one match is pretty fucking good, though, man. I mean, especially back then.
Yeah, 1987.
Especially that match that made the card.
Well, it didn't make the card. It's the best wrestling match on the card, but the best match on the card is Hogan Andre, because that's what made the card. That's what sold the tickets.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they got $500K each. Hogan and him.
Probably more.
Probably more. One match.
My favorite line from that WrestleMania is when Adrian Adonis is fighting Roddy Piper, and before the match starts, Jesse Ventura says, "We're either going to have a Humpty Dumpty or a Bald Scott." Because it was the
Jesse.
My favorite is in the match nobody talks about really, the Natural Butch Reed against Coco Beware, and the Slicksters in the ring, and Jesse Ventura goes, "The Slicksters ready for downtown Detroit on a Sunday night or something," and Gorilla Monsoon goes, "Jess, he hasn't got more than $12 worth of clothes on him."
Oh God!
What King Kong Bundy
so
and
great.
them, and like Gorilla keeps calling them the midgets or whatever. Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So
Will you stop?
we've ranted, we've chanted, we've romanced, we've outed scammers, we've bashed people, we've
Yes, and we expect our PMs to be lit up.
yes,
Sure,
or
that's
at least
yes.
get that receipt, right? So, all right.
What y'all did.
So we love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, we ready. This is for the warriors. Blood on the win, don't need no gimmick. When the lights go down and the crowd starts to roar, I'm coming for the belt, man, I'm coming for more. The struggle's real, but the hustle's heavy. This ain't a game, it's a fight for the ready. We fight through the noise, breaking down walls. Every time we fall, we rise, stand tall. They talking, they hating, but we keep moving. Ain't no stopping the crowd, we choose it. Through the blood, through the pain, we living for the glory. Through the hurt and the shame, we fight through the noise, can't hear a thing. We making our moves, we own everything. Wrestling through pain, breaking all chains. This is our world, and we taking the reins. Rise up from the ashes, rise from the dirt, from the first bell ring to the final hurt. We fight through the noise, we won't be ignored. This is our story, we're taking the floor. Through the ropes, through the climb, we don't quit. Ain't no fear when you're fighting with grit. Body slam, then we stand, take the blow. A real champ knows when it's time to grow. Tearing up the ring, tear up the doubt.